What is gum syrup and do you really need to make it? What's up, home bartenders? Today we're going to take a look at gum syrup and compare it to plain old simple syrup. Do you really need to make it? Is it that much better? Let's find out. So what is gum syrup? Well, we all know that simple syrup is just water and sugar equal parts, plain and simple. Gum syrup is simple syrup, although I believe it's a rich simple syrup, with the addition of gum arabic. This is a thickening agent that gives it a more syrupy texture, a thicker texture. So, and the idea is that texture will follow through to cocktails and just make them just more enjoyable on the palate. I'm not convinced. Let's find out. So here's what we're gonna do today. First, I'm gonna show you how to make gum syrup, if you wanna make it yourself. Then we're going to compare. We're gonna make two cocktails, one with the gum syrup, one with plain old simple syrup, and we're gonna see if there really is a difference and if it is in fact worth making the gum syrup. All right, let's do it. So we're gonna need some gum arabic. You can find this on Amazon or any kind of specialty culinary store. And we're gonna fill a jar here with 2 tablespoons of our gum arabic. We then want about a 1/4 cup of hot water. So I'm using this from the kettle. And we're gonna mix that. Try your best to incorporate all that gum arabic. It's gonna be a sticky mess for a little while, and we're actually gonna have to let that sit for about 4 hours. Once it's completely dissolved and clear, we can start assembling the rest of our syrup, which starts with a cup of sugar and then about a 1/2 cup of hot water. So we're making a rich syrup, rich simple syrup here. So just about a 1/2 cup. You can go a little more, but I'm not measuring too precisely, but about a rich syrup here. Okay, so blend that until that's fully dissolved, and then we're going to add our gum arabic mixture, and then we're going to just incorporate that, and there it is. Super easy. Bottle it up, and you're done. Okay, let's move on to making our first cocktail. We're going to make a classic daiquiri. So I'm going with 2 ounces of a white rum. I'm using Eldorado 3 here. Beautiful white rum for a daiquiri. So 2 ounces in each glass. After that, of course, we want some lime juice. We want a full ounce of lime juice in each glass. And then we're going to do our sweeteners. Now, normally I would only do about 1/2 ounce of simple syrup in a daiquiri because I don't like my daiquiris too sweet. But because the point of the experiment today is to taste the difference between the gum syrup and the simple syrup, I'm gonna go for more of a 3/4 ounce. Give it some ice, give it a double shake, and strain into a Nick and Nora. And don't forget to garnish. Okay, daiquiri's done. We've got the simple syrup here. We've got the gum syrup here. Let's taste. I mean, just a fantastic daiquiri. Eldorado 3 is an amazing rum for a daiquiri. Wow, just so good. A very clean tasting daiquiri. Gum syrup. There's definitely something almost different at the very end on this one. It's kind of hard to describe because I was kind of expecting it to feel thicker, feel more viscous. I don't think that's it because yes, the syrup is thicker, but we are diluting it. You know, it's the least abundant ingredient in the drink. There's only 1/2 ounce, or well, in this case, 3/4 ounces of the syrup in here. There's a full ounce of lime and there's 2 full ounces of our rum. So it's not like just that, it's not like it's gonna make it that much more viscous, but there's definitely something different on the tail end of the cocktail. I know, it's like a more rounded out sweetness. You know what's an interesting take is the lime juice is more pronounced in the simple syrup. So it's not the gum syrup, there's the same amount. Gum syrup doesn't necessarily make it sweeter, but it kind of tones down the acidity very slightly. And it is slightly silkier. That mouthfeel, it's not syrupy, but it has a longer mouthfeel, if that makes a sense. They're incredibly, incredibly similar. Let's try an old fashioned. Okay, again, pretty standard old fashioned. We're gonna be doing 2 ounces of bourbon in each of our glasses here. Using Maker's Mark today. After that, for our sweetness, once again, we're going a little more. Usually I do about a bar spoon of simple syrup, but we're gonna do half an ounce just because I really wanna pronounce those flavors. So it's gonna be a little sweeter old fashioned, but I don't think it's gonna affect it too much. All right, don't forget some bitters after that. We're gonna do about 3-4 dashes of Engo in each glass because I do love my bitters. All right, get some ice in each glass. Stir, stir, stir. All right, a standard bourbon old fashioned with simple and with gum syrup. Let's give it a try. Well, I mean, that's a great old fashioned. It's a little sweeter than I'd like. I did, same with the Daiquiri, I did up the amount of syrup just because I really want to pronounce that difference, but it's fantastic. I mean, yeah, I would just tone back the syrup, but that's just a great old fashioned. Gum syrup. Same great taste. Here, the difference I think is a little more pronounced, even more so than the Daiquiri. Again, because we have less liquid here, we're completely omitting the lime juice from the last drink. So there's more room for the gum syrup to really do its thing. So it's definitely more of that syrupy, it's not thick, but it's like a velvety, silky texture, and it kind of coats the inside of your mouth, your tongue as you're drinking it, and pronounces the whiskey flavor without being harsh, you know, without being like that whiskey bite, but that bourbon flavor really comes through. That's really interesting. Get this one again. Wow. So I wasn't finding too much difference in the Daiquiri, but in an old fashioned, this is a significant difference. This one is a lot thinner and harsher. The alcohol is harsher in this one. It's not significantly sweeter. I'd say it's slightly sweeter, but it's not significantly sweeter, but the mouthfeel is so much silkier, so much smoother, and the whiskey, the flavor of the bourbon comes through, but that harshness is toned down. So this is an incredible difference. All right, well, here we are, experiment finished. We've made our gum syrup, we've made 2 daiquiris, we've made 2 old fashions to kind of see where, you know, what the point of this syrup is and is it useful. And I think it was a successful experiment. Now, for the Daiquiri, I think the difference is there, but it is very, very small. The fact that we have a lot more volume of liquid, mainly because of the lime juice, the gum syrup is not able to really do its thing. There's not enough, it's not enough of a large presence in the drink. In the old fashioned, that difference was significantly pronounced. It really made the mouth feel a lot different and pronounced that whiskey flavor. Even the flavor of the bitters is coming through. It was just a tastier old fashioned overall. So at the end of the day, is it required at your bar? I'm gonna give that a no, because while this drink was significantly enhanced to this one was still fantastic. And when it comes to these two, the average person probably couldn't tell. And I don't pretend to have the greatest palate in the world either. The fact that I was able to pick up on a difference, I'm quite impressed with myself there. I went into making this video half expecting me to have to kind of bullshit my way through and make shit up because I wasn't gonna be able to find any difference. So yeah, I think to the average cocktail drinker, they'll barely notice a difference, if any. They might notice it in the old fashioned, probably not in the daiquiri. I've heard that if you do rich simple syrup, just that extra sugar kind of gets you halfway to gum syrup, in the sense that that extra sugar will add extra layer of syrupiness and silkiness to the syrup. So that's one way to do it. I would say just stick to a rich syrup and you get kind of the best of both worlds. My only issue with the gum syrup is how long it takes to make. You know, first you have to get another ingredient. I mean, this is the two simplest ingredients, water and sugar. This, you have to have water and sugar, but you also have to buy the gum arabic, which is, you know, not the easiest ingredient to come across. But not only that, but it's when you mix it, you have to let it sit for like 4 hours. This you can make in literally 5 minutes. This takes minimum 4 hours to make. Do you have a drink that you think works really well with a gum syrup? Let me know in the comments down below. Is there another drink that you think, like, yeah, if you want to completely blow me away with the potential of gum syrup, got to make this drink? Let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, guys, if you want to see me make a whole lot of 12 cocktail syrups that you can easily make at home, check out this video right here. And if you want to see a playlist of other kind of fun experiments that we've done on the show, click this playlist right here. Otherwise, we will see you in the next one. Thanks for sticking around. Cheers.